Hi everyone. I created a template for you guys to use if you are interested. I highly recommend that you use this template. If you decide not to, you just need to make sure that you have all of the required parts for your Unit 5. So as you already know, the last major assignment for this class is a feasibility report. And I've made mention several times that the feasibility report is not the same as a typical research paper. The purpose of a feasibility report is to outline a set of solutions that you have researched to solve a problem. It's typically a business related problem, but based on your topic, it may be related to something else. That's fine if we've discussed it, but the topic of your Unit 5 document should be related to your proposal, which was Unit 3, and of course the memo, which was Unit 4. So we are getting close to the end of the semester. Thank you everyone for hanging in there. So in an effort to help you guys with completing this document a little easier, perhaps, I've developed this template and I will quickly go through it. It's very basic. So the first page is just instructions to tell you what it is. Before you turn it in to me, you would of course delete this. The second page is the title page. So your report needs to have a title page, and each of the sections that are shown here on the side, on the left side of the screen where the cursor is. So you need the title and then all of these sections. So the title, I've already written like a standard title for you. You can just pop in your own topic. So feasibility study on paper reduction at Ann Taylor Loft. That's one example that someone is actually writing about this semester that just popped into my mind. So then put a completion report. So basically you'll be looking for the areas in red, delete those areas, insert your own text, and make sure the text is in black. Very simple. So here, prepared for, you can put me as the instructor, or you can also insert the name of your manager or some other stakeholder. So if it is a work-related topic that you are researching and writing about, just put in the name of your manager and then their title. You can also make up a name. Don't feel obligated to put in like an actual name. You can put John Doe, manager at Dunder Mifflin, whatever. But just to make, for the sake of practice, name of a stakeholder and the location. Prepared by is obviously you, so you will insert your name there. For the abstract page, just reinsert the title from the first page. And actually, let me make this red so everything is consistent. There we go. Okay, so just insert your title, insert your the title of the document, then insert your name and title like we saw on the first page. And then at the bottom here are just some notes to help you remember what should go on each page, or for instance, in this case, I'm giving you some guidance on appearance. So you here just write the content of your abstract just below, just right here. Use at least a 12-point font and use something standard. This is Times New Roman. This is Cambria. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but just something very easy and easy to read. So don't go below 11, preferably 12, but don't go smaller than 11. The abstract should be approximately 1 or 2 paragraphs. I'm not giving examples here because I am posting several examples of what the feasibility report should look like in the end. You also have your textbooks. You can also probably just Google examples. So I'm not going into deep detail, of what should exactly go there. This is just a template to make sure you have all of the parts and that it's labeled correctly and set up correctly. So you don't have to do that part. Next is a table of contents. So if you decide to use this template, you can just very easily, the table of contents is already done if you decide to use this template. But I'll show you how to do it in case you want to, for some reason, not use the template or you need to update it. So if you use this template, when you're done, at the very, very end, at the very last thing that you do, come here. So you will have deleted this red text like I already said, but you see when I hover over the content here, it turns gray. All you have to do is right click, I think. Darn, my computer's a bit slow. Okay, let me try that again. Hover, right click, and eventually, if your computer's faster than mine, it won't take that long. But depending on the version of Word that you're using, you will click Update Field. If you're using a newer version, just look for something similar. So Update Field, and the best thing to do is just to click Update the entire table. If you have accidentally changed one of these labels that I've already put in here for you, it'll show you. But just the best thing to do is to click Update the entire table, click OK. And I did not update anything, so nothing on mine changed. But in your case, after you have written in your content, for example, the abstract should probably still be on page 3. The executive summary should be on page 4. But for example, once you start writing more content for the introduction, it may no longer be on, like this is page 6. So to update the page numbers, you just right click and then do what I just showed you. To make the table of contents, if you're interested, I actually won't go into that. I'm sure you probably already know how to do this, but if you're interested in knowing how to make the table of contents, just shoot me an email. I'll make a separate video, no big deal, but I won't go into that in case most people already know how to do that. So regardless, the point is that your document should also have the table of contents. As you'll see on this side, I don't label table of contents as a style to make it appear down here because it would be redundant. So you would see table of contents here and then you would see it here. That's not necessary. So in the table of contents, it should show the parts of the document that are not, of course, the actual table of contents. I hope that makes sense. If it does not, send me an email. I will clarify. Regardless, we have the table of contents there. Moving on. For the executive summary, you will include your executive summary here. Should not exceed 1 page. Take a look at the examples like I've said before. Keep in mind that for technical writing, you're not trying to meet some 1,000 word count or some whatever it might be. With technical writing, for business writing, you just want to get to the point, answer all of the questions that the reader will have, and then you're done. So when I put here, it should not exceed one page, please just stick to that. Should not exceed 1 page. And the margins for this document are currently, I think they're just standard. Yeah, so we have standard 1-inch margins all around. That's fine. If you need a tiny bit more of wiggle room, you can adjust the margins to maybe 3/4 of an inch. But ideally, just stick to 1 page. 12-point font, 11-point font if you need a little bit more room. For the introduction, it should not exceed 1 to 2 pages. So you would just highlight this, delete it, write your text here. If you start to type, like for example, so if you start to type and it's red, make sure that you highlight the text and make it black. Please do not send me a document of red text. The next section is the research methods. Oops. Let me just fix that. That's not right. Okay. There we go. Sorry about that. So your research methods content should go here. Should not exceed 1 to 2 pages. Results, same thing. Should not exceed 5 pages. Conclusions, same thing. Should not exceed 1 to 2 pages. Excuse me. And then at the end here, you will put in your recommendations, which is kind of the juicy part of the feasibility report. There are instructions here just to basically send the point home again. The purpose of the feasibility report is to take a look at a problem, research solutions to that problem, present the findings or the information that you have collected regarding the problem, and then to recommend one of the solutions that you have researched. That's as simply as I can make it. So when I read this part, I will be very interested in the whole document, but really interested in the recommendation section, because I need to know that you have chosen a solution to the problem that you've researched and why. So I will be reading this section with these 2 questions in mind. What solution do you recommend to solve the problem, and why you've chosen to recommend that solution? The why would be supported with evidence. So for example, if you are researching new printers, which new printer to buy for your business, you may here say, okay, after all of the research that you've presented, that you found out, all of the things you found out, you're going to recommend the Brother brand printer with whatever model, and then tell us why. Is it easy? Does it have affordable supplies that goes with it, like toner or whatever, and paper? Is it easy to get to your location, for example? Did you find very good prices on them? Will it meet the needs of your office? So a good example that's related to this printer example, I personally own a Brother printer but it's small, it's just for me, just for home office use. So if I was doing this type of research to figure out what kind of printer I need for myself, I would I would not recommend that a person like me buy a huge office type printer. It's beyond what I need it for, so it would be wasteful. So just think of this document as just a logical decision-making tool. You can think of a feasibility report and the information that's contained within it in a lot of different ways that would be applicable to real life. Another real-world example would maybe be to decide which car to buy. If you're thinking of buying a truck or a pickup truck or a sports car or a sedan, which one would you pick and why? So you would go through and research each one and match the information that you have with the needs of your family, and then pick one. So if you pick the pickup truck, you would maybe say you chose the pickup truck because you guys like to go camping, you already have a sedan, and you live in Houston where it floods a lot. So it would be nice to have a vehicle with high road clearance or something like that. So think of those kind of, simple examples when you are writing the content related to your topic, and think simply and think of just a solution and why. If you can do that, I think you'll do really well on this assignment. The biggest thing that I see students do that's wrong is just to approach this like it's a regular research paper and just give a lot of content and information, and that's not, it's not necessary, and it's not the purpose of the document. So think problem, solutions, recommendations. You should be good to go. So for the recommendation section, should not exceed 1 to 2 pages. Let's see, we have, okay. And of course, the last page is the references page. You can choose either MLA or APA style. I have not gone through that because this is a junior level class. I know that you guys already know how to write citations. If you need a refresher, you can go online and look up MLA citations or APA citations, and you'll very easily find a way to do that. I know I personally don't have it memorized how to write each one. When I need to know, I go online and look up examples and just follow the examples. Very simple. So for your references page, it should not exceed 1 to 2 pages. It probably won't exceed 1 page, but if for some reason you have lots of references, good for you. That's excellent, but definitely should not exceed 1 to 2 pages. All right. So I hope that this video was helpful. Again, if you are interested in knowing how to create the table of contents page using styles, you can look it up online, or if you'd like me to make a video showing you specifically how to do it, I am happy to do that. Just send me an email and I'll make that and share it with the rest of the class. But I didn't want to waste your time in case you guys already know how to do that. All right, so this is the Unit 5 template overview. I hope it is helpful. As I've mentioned many times before, please send me an email, contact me if you need help. There will be some days over the next few weeks that I am available for, to maybe meet you in person at the university or a coffee shop nearby the university. So if you are interested in that, then you can let me know what your availability is and we can work something out. And I'm trying my best to help you. Send me questions. Send me specific questions. If you just send me an email saying that I am confused, I can sympathize with you, but it is nearly impossible for me to determine exactly what you need from me so you're not confused. So if you have specific questions, email me. Have a wonderful week and take care. Speak soon. Bye.